Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us on First at 4. We start with an uplifting update on a near drowning that happened back in December.
Yeah, take
And is starting to get her muscle function back. Lily's dad says she still has a long road of recovery ahead of her, but the family is so grateful for all the love and support they've received from people in the valley here.
You know, and now as the temperatures start to heat up, Lindsay, I mean, this is a good reminder, especially, you know, yesterday, so many people have pools around here, obviously.
Yes, absolutely.
Yesterday, there were 2 near drownings. We'll have an update on that coming up a little bit later. But again, people are going to start to get out there.
Yeah, and just got to be careful. And we do have more 80s in the forecast. We're warming up. Good pool weather again later this week. We'll have plenty of.
12's Liz McLaughlin joins us now live from the French Quarter with more on all of the excitement. Liz, you are ready to party.
So what's in store out there tonight, Liz?
Beads. Tram and Paul.
Heads up when those things are coming off the floats. That thing was huge.
Let me tell you, my mother and brother just got back from New Orleans a week ago, leading up to all the festivities and everything like that. They came home with boxes
What are you
of
doing?
beads, footballs, trinkets, everything. It's just,
Well, you put it up on the mantle?
it's a fun. Well, they're going to give some to Zach and Zoe.
All right, Liz, have fun out there. Stay safe for us, would you?
It looks so fun.
All right, Mardi Gras goes
All right,
way
thanks,
back.
guys.
It can be
Ooh.
traced to the 7th.
On Ash Wednesday. The Holy Holiday opens Lent, a season of fasting and prayer 46 days before Easter Sunday. It's widely observed by Catholics, but a lot of people actually use Lent as a way to revamp their New Year's resolution in a sense. Instead of fasting, let's just say they'll give up alcohol, maybe sweets, chocolate, whatever the vice that they have, or maybe they'll spend the next 46 days working out to reach a fitness goal. What would you give up?
Well, you're going to need to after eating a bunch of punchkis today. My grandma comes from a Polish family, and so that was like the first thing in the morning was like there was always a fresh box.
Yes.
And listen, some people like the jelly-filled stuff. I'm more of a custard guy myself. I'm
I
a
had
Boston
a custard
cream guy.
today too.
Where? Not in this newsroom.
It was in the newsroom.
Get out
Did
of
you miss
town.
it? It was next to the animal cracker cookies.
I wish you
that
hadn't
down.
told me that. Well, yeah, the animal cracker's easy to grab a handful. As far as giving things up for Lent, I always toyed with the idea of giving up video games for Lent when I was a kid, and I could never do it. Like I would get like a couple
Really?
days in.
Still to this day.
A lot of Catholics won't eat meat on Fridays during
Right,
Lent.
they'll eat
Some
fish.
people will give up meat for the entirety of Lent. That's something my family always tried to do as well, but again, with mixed results. What about you? Anything?
Sweets.
Yeah.
Total weakness.
I think you lost today. You're starting at 0.
I had the, what do you call it? The punchkis?
Punchkis.
Punchkis.
Yeah.
With the custard.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Well, congrats to you.
All right, well, good luck giving up whatever you decide to give up. Well, Democratic presidential hopefuls, they are turning their attention to South Carolina as they prepare for tonight's 10th debate.
Yeah, that debate comes just days before the state's primary and Super Tuesday, which is next, with some tips and tricks. Well, a new episode of NBC's The Voice airs tonight, and the blind auditions have fans on the edge of their seats. Right now, if you're unfamiliar with the show, singers are just trying to catch the attention of a coach.
Yeah, one contestant did just that and more, sharing her amazing voice and personal journey. Here's a preview. Ah!
Oh, that's good
Who
editing.
do you think?
I think it's Kelly Clarkson.
John Legend.
Yeah, it's one of the two, I think. I think we can narrow it down to 2. Blake with a last little push doing this number. I don't think he sold her.
I know. Oh my gosh, what a cliffhanger. Tanisha leads worship at her local church, performs jazz a couple nights a week, and sings background vocals for gospel singer Miranda Curtis.
You can find out who she picked as her coach tonight at 7 o'clock. I promise they won't leave you with a similar cliffhanger. It's time for today's Juicy Question. Is it? We got the answer in the next half hour.
Why would you want to, though?
Always respect the dead.
Right?
So here's what I'm thinking on this. It seems like an old-timey law, so I'm thinking colonial America, like old states. But today is Mardi Gras down in New Orleans. That is my official answer, Louisiana.
Oh, I was going to say Texas.
That's not a Texas accent.
I know, it was
We'll
awful.
work-
Wasn't
we'll
that
work on it in the
awful?
break.
It was like
all right.
Southern and like, I don't know what that
I
was.
appreciate
Where did
the
that come
moxie.
from?
The effort is what matters.
Oh, I won't do it again, promise. Coming up first at 4, 12.
Forever Homes, we have some special guests in the studio this afternoon. Say hello to Bella and Nino.
Oh, I love Bella. And Kelsey Dickerson, too.
Oh, thank
Can
you.
we just
Thank you.
introduce her as well?
You know, I don't blame you guys introducing the pets.
I know. They kind of grabbed our attention right away. You're from the Arizona Humane Society. Thanks so much for being here. Look,
Thank
he's
you for
already
having
pooped
us.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, TV, it's a hard gig.
You
Okay,
know.
so tell us about these two. They are inseparable.
Oh, they're so cute. Yeah, so like you mentioned, this is Bella and that's Nino. They're both 9 years old. They're brother and sister, even though they seem kind of like an unlikely duo. So she's a Chihuahua, he is a Pitty mix. They were brought to us about a month ago or 2 months ago when their previous owner just wasn't giving them the care that they needed. So as you can tell, Nino had to have a tail amputation due to some injuries. He was also treated for some injuries in our second chance animal trauma hospital. And little Miss Bella here got a dental. So, you know, they've been recovering together and they just really absolutely love each other. So it would just break our heart if we had to separate them. So we are hoping that there is a special home out there that can not bring in just one bundle of love, but two.
Okay, so what sort of home are you looking for?
Of course, yeah, so they're both very dog friendly, but as you can tell, Nino's a little energetic, even though he's kind of tricking us right now. He's kind of tricking us, but just a home that, you know, is going to be able to give them lots of attention, be able to take them out into the yard a lot, and of course, be able to work with them. I don't think their previous home really spent a lot of time training them, but they're really good. He already knows sit, and they're just so amazing. So they do love each other, but they are independent as well, and they are able, as you can tell, little Miss Bella is being independent right now, wanting down.
I want to see them play together.
Yeah,
well, you know.
Yeah, so they don't necessarily play together. They're super independent, but the cutest thing is that little duo.
So kids at home, that's okay?
Yeah, they're great with kids. Of course, we always recommend to do an introduction, but they've also been a really great couple for when we've been trying to introduce other pets in our shelter as well. They've been like our kind of sample pair. So if you have dogs at home, kids at home, make sure you bring them all down.
You sound a little jealous there, Paul.
Just a little.
Yeah, just a little. All right, well, thanks so much. We're working on several news stories. Here's a look at what you can expect.